So am I gonna... do anything different this time, so why? It's a good question there, Frano. Many hug. Oh yeah, so this is right after Okumura died. Well... Now you could probably tell I've played this game in a little while. I'm glad to be back to recording it, though. I love this video game. I love sharing it with y'all Franarines.
No.
Damn, I'm thinking in circles. Can't focus today, so I'm just gonna go to sleep. Okay, so looks like he's gonna force us to go to sleep because he can't think, which doesn't quite make much sense, but the game has to force you for some reason, although I don't frankly know why it feels like it has to do that. Well, I sort of do move the story along, I guess, but maybe, like, have a lot of impact to these moments. Like, literally, you can't do anything because you should probably be depressed and, like, oh god about this too. Joker would be, I would imagine. Oh, and hey, I can't. I don't see a reason not to. I have max kindness, but I don't see a reason not to do the one thing I can do right now. Is he even gonna let me leave my room? No.
Let's go to bed.
Okay, whatever, Morgana. Gosh dang it. Where? I don't know, Freen. What in the world's going on indeed? We're gonna figure it out, though. Sleepy Durgan. I enjoy this game immensely, damn it. I love it. I love it ver much.
On your feet, inmate. Our master has an important matter to discuss with you. Heed his words well.
First, I'd like to congratulate you for expelling the one proud of their greed. Or so I'd like to say, but something odd seems to have happened.
Oh no. What happened?
Who knows? However, don't you sense it? The malicious will of another?
Indeed. For some reason I feel like his name's Akechi.
It seems a contingency has occurred.
The contingency's name is Akechi. Goro Akechi. Goro, I'm a crazy-ass motherfucker Akechi.
At this rate, your rehabilitation cannot be completed, though I doubt that will be the case. I truly look forward to seeing how you overcome this predicament.
I feel like my bond with Igor is growing deeper. Just like I'd like to go deeper in Makoto. Hey, sorry. Pervy jokes in this channel seem to go hand in hand so much that, well, it's probably gonna annoy some people off. I just kind of feel like this is me, friends. And, I'll probably dial it down as we go along to a degree, but will I? I don't know. I feel like I should, but will I? That's another story entirely. Because goddamn it. I just like being able to be myself, perviness and all on these, and I apologize if that really bothers any of you, but it's still how I am, I don't know. Alright. A full confidant has increased to rank 9. You will now earn more EXP from Arcana Burst when fusing personas of Full Arcana Hack Yee. Getting pretty close to the end of the Full Arcana. That's how you know in a Persona game, when you're getting to the brass tacks, you get into the climactic part of the game where things are gonna start really getting dicey. Wow.
Time's up, inmate. Hurry up and return to your world.
There we go. That does not take very long. I've never had that screen.
Is that true?
I swear it always does that in the background. That's very strange. Anyway. Oh, hold on. I didn't read that first one. Did you hear? Okumura died. It's all over the news. He collapsed during his press conference, right? I wish I'd been watching it when it happened. I wish I had watched that person die. Jesus Christ, people. The scary thing is, I know people tend to be like this with real life. A lot of people seem to treat news as if it's like a TV show. Like, you know, like a drama or something. Like they're watching a sitcom. Like, these are real people dying. I don't know, have compassion about it? I feel like that's just human, but then people say shit like this, and I'm like, I don't know if these people have any. Where did compassion go? I don't know, as I've still got some, and I guess that's a good and important thing, but Jesus fucking Christ, friends. probably better off. It was a total disaster. I never imagined seeing a heart attack would be so unsettling. It says it was because of illness, but either way you spin it, it's still bizarre. Damn, I wish I'd seen it live. Dude, you should not wish that. I'm really kind of afraid for your mental health that you want to see that. And anyone else that
Listen this time,
might
okay?
piss you off, God. Especially that. Hello, Ms. Kawakami. I missed you and your messy hair. And in this age, proletarian literature, that is, literature written by the working class, and of course people are all blabbing about Okumura because, yeah, people, man. Did you see that interview? I thought it was going to be some hidden camera show at first. I was so scared when I changed the channel. He really looked like he was in pain. That was sick. But you quiet down, we're in class right now. Not to mention your midterm starting on Monday. Focus on studying. Things are getting pretty bad. Oof. Yeah. Oof, 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 oof. Oof, oof, op, oof, eef. It seems police have shown up at our school. Police? What for? Your sister hasn't told you about any of this? Nothing at all. Could this be related to Okumura's death in some way? But there's no connection between our school and Okumura Foods. I think they came to talk to Haru? She's absent today. And seriously, what are they here for? I can't even begin to fathom the reason. Anyhow, let's be particularly careful not to stand out. And head straight home when school ends. Understand that, everyone? Yep, ma'am.
We haven't found anything useful as evidence.
I thought this wasn't gonna be voiced. I think it might have been once again one of those scenes where it wasn't voiced in the original, and it is voiced in Royal. I'm not 100% certain of that. If any of y'all know that, I'd like to know in the comments. Anyway.
I see.
We were hoping to find something more than the calling card, too.
We've confirmed the victim's connection to the Phantom Thieves, at least.
Oof.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Speaking. Huh? They found a calling card in the principal's office, too.
Yeah, see, she's like, it's gotta be Shujin students at this point, and no wonder they're sending cops at us.
Yes.
And that's the thing, is she's all about winning now, which, being something like a prosecutor, that gets you innocents in jail, and she's also willing to do things like try to pressure Sojiro into lying that he's freaking abused his daughter. Hey.
I'm sorry to ask again.
Or like,
your father hadn't said anything
use
about
that
the
as
Phantom
leverage to
Thieves,
try to
correct?
get things out of him that he has a lot of reasons not to talk about.
That's right.
Please contact me if something catches your attention. It doesn't matter how trivial it
But
seems.
yeah, this is all leading up to why we end up going to Sai's Palace, which, yeah, like, at this point, it'd be the most logical conclusion, even if Akechi didn't rope us into it, basically, like he ends up doing.
You don't have to force yourself, though. Just anything that comes to mind.
The principal? No one told me about that.
With... Hello again, Sai. It's kind of funny how we're about to talk about how we went into your brain, basically.
So basically, your group didn't go after Okumura's life. And even the death of Shujin's principal, who we found a calling card for, was the work of another. You don't sound like you're lying. If you wanted to deceive me, you could have easily woven up a much simpler lie than this metaverse. Moreover, your account coincides with my own investigation. Is that even possible if it were made up? And I hate to admit, but with my line of work, I know a false testimony when I hear one. Still, if you set your sights on Okumura based on my intel, it'd be before his name was even ranked. You could have ignored him and targeted some other famous person. Why would you go so far as to further investigate and pursue this criminal?
Can't ignore criminals.
Simple enough.
And I think she gets that.
There's still no proof that another suspect exists.
And I like how she believed that, too. She's warming up to us in her way.
That said, it's safe enough to say that you aren't the murdering type.
Yeah. 5.
Alright.
Judgment Confidant has increased to rank 5. Heck ye.
But with the subsequent deaths of Okumura and Shujin's principal, the public's opinion changed.
Indeed.
Pressed to prove your innocence, your next objective was... What's the matter?
Oh no.
Is it a side effect?
Oof. Yeah, they drugged the ass out of him.
What in the world did the police inject into you?
Probably something illegal, I would imagine. Or who knows, man.
Hey, can you hear me?
Because, you know, they enforce the law, so they probably have a bit more leeway to break it than a lot of other people.
You need to stay focused. Don't scare me like that. If what you're saying is true, you must tell your side of the story to the end. We'll both be in trouble if your testimony becomes unreliable. Well then, let's move on. At last we arrive at your most recent crime. You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
This calling card was delivered to your latest target. The one you had decided would prove your innocence. It was addressed to Sae Nijima. Myself. Now, explain everything to me.
I like her nails. I know it's a random comment. And it's a slightly gay comment, but I'm bi, so slightly gay does kind of, you know, make a lot of sense, doesn't it? Anyway. To read, press triangle to open the menu, then select story from under the system option. Yai! I like when the story gets updated, because I like story in my video games. Has anyone been able to contact Haru? I'm worried about her. No, look here. Me neither. She won't pick up. Doesn't look like she's seen any of our chats either. I'm worried about her. Haru hug. I hope Haru's okay. Dergy does too. Because of me, Haru's wrapped up in this mess. I never imagined this is what would happen. Well, okay, that's... I mean, okay. She was, like, I don't really know if Morgana's really at fault for Haru being roped into this, because she was already trying to investigate her father, right? So, and, you know, he was doing evil stuff, so I bet that without what Morgana ended up doing, we probably would have still gone after Okumura. We probably would have ran into her then. She probably would have talked to us then. That's what I figure anyway. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's not really Morgana's fault that she got wrapped up in this. Even though I really do think that it was really stupid for him to have done what he did for mostly his own safety. And also, you know, everyone else's sake too. But anywho. Alright, the frick am I gonna do today? By the way, do we have free time today? Yes, thank you, Morgana. Thank you for not making me go to sleep, damn it. Okay, so... we're max everything, right? Dergy gonna... Subcenter.
I'm fed up with this.
Nothing but bad news lately. Oof, I feel ya. Who's available? Because it's just confidants now, ain't it? Confidants and coffee, but I don't think there's much of a reason to do coffee right now.
Hey.
Okay. Alright, yeah, we gotta lay low, so... And we can't Sojiro. What have we got for lockpicks? Hold on. We can probably make 6. I have 16 lockpicks. I'm good. So... And I don't need the proficiency, so... Coffee! Coffee for SP. By the way, can I make curry now? I probably can, right? But I feel like... Let's just brew the coffee.
Hey!
Master coffee.
Yo.
Pretty fun once you get started, huh? There's a lot to know and enjoy about coffee. Yep. Lots of crafts and things like that can become extremely important hobbies, and hell, that's what gaming's been to me. I'm also a huge writer. I love writing. Oh, whatever. Alright, I'm heading out and buy some cigarettes. I'd stop smoking if I were you, Sojiro, but that's because you're my coffee dad and I want you to be healthy. Hug. I love the smell of good coffee. Same though, it's a good-ass smell. I love coffee, man.
Alright.
And tea. I love caffeinated beverages, you could say. What you're drinking makes it look delicious. Master coffee. Looks like she's gentlemanly charm rubbing off on you. And his gentlemanly ability to make awesome coffee as well. Heck yeah. Looks like you're at it again. Heck yeah, I is. How's it going? Pretty darn Gucci. Here, I'll have a sip. This fragrant aroma. This is Mexican Altura. Yeah, more trivia. Hoip.
Let me explain.
Time to learn me some more about coffee? Wow. Mexican Alturas. Coffee was said to be brought into Mexico by the Spanish in the 18th century. Mexico is now one of the world's largest coffee producers. Interesting. Altura, meaning height in Spanish, describes the altitude the beans were grown. It has a savory aroma, soft acidity, and nutty flavor. Neat.
Yeah.
Yeet. Yeah. Impressed, you'll never catch up to me. Or will I? I mean, by the time I'm your age, I probably will if he keeps making coffee. And in my headcanon, I at least feel like he's gonna continue making coffee, regardless of what else he ends up doing with his life. Just because I like that idea, you know? You know, like, at least as a hobby, like making coffee for himself, his friends, his family. Which in my headcanon is Makoto and their children. Because, yes... I love her. Anyway, it was thanks to you that I was able to change. You really are something, duh. But I won't let you have the upper hand when it comes to coffee. We'll see, old man. Now, you probably will be dead by the time that I've mastered coffee making as much as you have, but my Joker's determined to get there, damn it. Although I have no doubts, your skills will soon surpass my own. Interesting! Interesting that he admits that, especially since it was not a few lines ago where he literally said... you'll never catch up to me. But I think that was just him being the prideful man that I do believe he tends to be. I love that grin. I love that portrait of his, that grin. I'm overjoyed to have a competent apprentice. Allow me to act as your lead for a little longer. Heck ye.
Well then.
We should rest now. We have a big day tomorrow. Every day's a big day with you, Morgana. Although, you know what? I believe... I think deciding every day's a big day, every day's a day you should be giving your best it makes a lot of sense. I feel like that's a good attitude to have in general. Because, you know, I still stay at home most days, but I'm constantly, you know, working on stuff like this and other things that I'm trying to work on and helping my parents out. And I think every day's a big day, and I'm always excited for something every day. And... I am very grateful for that because I know there's a lot of people that tend to go through life with a much more pessimistic and joyless type of disposition than I do. I just really wish I could give all those people my joy because I just always have had so much of it. It's just, no matter what's happened in my life, I'm just naturally, I guess chemically, predisposed to more positiveness, and I hope at least science advances to the point where it's a lot more easy to treat people with depression, to the point where it's even easy for them to get help, the people that are actually, you know, depressed. And although I don't know if it would be that simple in any way whatsoever, but, you know. Anywho, President Okumura died. Is this just a coincidence? Is there an illness that could cause that? Either way, I'm hoping that my videos cheer people up at the very least. I'm hoping to share my joy that way at least, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job of at least capturing, you know, my love of games here and my joy and the mindsets that I have that I think help me very much live a better life than I feel some people have. And I think everyone can have the kind of joyful life that I have. Even on the outside, it probably looks like I'm just a nerd still living with his parents at 26, and most people would probably hear me say that and think that my life sucks or that I'm hiding from the world. But no, I'm pursuing exactly what I want to do, which is content, and also I'm studying games by studying them. I'm not going to college, because that's not what that's not for me. What's for me is learning these things on my own and gradually applying them until I'm able to make a career out of it, and that's what I'm doing. Anyway, no way. So it was a murder? That's terrifying. It might be the biggest event of the country. Maybe you guys are a little bit too concerned with goings-on in the world, although maybe that's just me who tends to be very unconcerned with larger goings-on in the world. I feel like mostly what that does, unless it's something that's absolutely going to directly affect you, And you could argue a lot of the things that are even talked about in the government in America are not going to affect the average person. Yeah, I just kind of feel like a lot of people worry way too much about all this other external stuff, especially when, if you want your brain to be occupied with things that, you know, I feel like things like games are perfect for that, and much more beneficial than worrying about the news, or even watching it much, except to know what's going on generally. Except, frankly, I get most of that from the people I know. I don't watch the news, because I don't need to. Anyway. Oh, Darkoon? Hello, Haru. My apologies for messaging you so early in the morning. Things have calmed down a bit at home, so I thought there's something I need to tell you. Are you alright? Yes, thank you, Daw. There's actually something that's caught my attention. I think I need to discuss it with everyone, though. We should meet at the hideout after school.
It looks like
okay,
Haru is managing. Somehow.
Yeah, I feel like she's a really, really strong person. How she ends up dealing with her father's death here.
Alright. Let's meet up with everyone after school.
Was Okumura murdered? But that was a live broadcast, wasn't it? If it wasn't an illness, then it has to be murder. Not quite, except yeah, it was. It's just not the Phantom Thieves. Damn it. Did something happen to the honor student? She seems different now. Yeah, Kasumi hug. Still, I feel bad for him going out like that. I sort of feel bad for Okumura too, but mostly for the reason that he kind of let his...
With this, preparations are finally in place.
He sort of just, you know, let his mind run away with itself, and he just kept with family traditions like the Okumura motto that doesn't fucking help anyone in the end.
The public has praised them as allies of justice before they strike them back to the ground. Now then, she'll be next. Yes, I've already spoken to Human Resources about it.
Oof.
It will be a heavy responsibility, but I'm certain it'd be an honor for her. The culprits behind the mental shutdown cases she's been pursuing all this time. Indeed. They'll become the criminals we've set them up to be, just as you instructed.
Yep, Sai's being manipulated from behind the scenes and she doesn't even know it, but we're gonna fix that. She's also in grave danger by Akechi, who she probably kinda trusts. In fact, it's been clear that she does trust him as a colleague to a degree. She's definitely opened up to him about some things, so... yeah. Anyway, we must build a society in which the young can be hopeful of a brighter tomorrow, and...
It's so damn loud.
Don't worry, Makoto, we're gonna save your sister.
Where's Haru?
She's the one that called us, so she'll show up eventually.
Well, even though things have calmed down, she must be occupied with what happened to her father. Wait, what?
What's up?
People are posting that we killed President Okumura!
Yep, it's already been a thing floating around, the idea that we killed him. First playthrough, I was absolutely expecting this to be a major plot thing, and yeah, it's a pretty duh that most people can probably guess, I would imagine.
So it's begun already.
What?
Think about it. The CEO collapsed the way he did during an apology conference that our group caused.
Still! They were raving about us so much, and now they just treat us like murderers?
Yeah, that's the other thing about, you know, people being obsessed with the news that I don't get, because there are some articles and news reports on TV and everything that are clearly written to incite anger for some fucking reason. I don't really get what it is. It's probably political machinations hidden behind the whole news machine that are paid to be put out there. That's what I'm guessing it is. I don't even think that's conspiracy theory at this point. I'm pretty certain that's literally how the system works at this point, which is the other reason I don't do news. But, you know, the reason that I went off on that tangent was, like, what she said right here They were raving about us so much, now they just treat us like murderers. Like, if the news is something that you would generally imagine has negative connotations, most people will take it that way and just run with that, no matter how much they liked the person before, which is bullshit and fuck that. Anyway.
What a lightning fast change of attitude.
Yep, exactly.
They don't know a damn thing about our situation.
Nope, and that's the thing, you usually don't. You only hear what the people with the power to say a lot loudly ends up saying. And that's dangerous. Because a lot of the loudest people are corporations that only care about money, and thus they act on a profit type thing, and profit completely negates morality at sometimes, depending on what the goal is that will hopefully give them more money.
Calm down. Not everyone is necessarily saying that.
But there's no way to vindicate ourselves.
Haru!
I'm sorry I'm late.
I love her cute stockings. Like, I know that that comment doesn't really fit the oh shit vibe we got going here, but she just wears really cute stockings, okay? Look at them flowers on them. Cute. Anyway.
I'm the one who asked you all to make time for me, too.
My condolences. Must be rough.
I'm okay now.
She is Bean.
I called everyone together because there was something worrying me. Did you all target the principal?
Huh? The principal? You mean ours?
Yes.
What makes you say that?
Yesterday, a public prosecutor came to my home. It was a woman named Nijima-san.
That's...
Oof.
I overheard her saying a calling card was found in the principal's office. Considering that this was right after what happened, it's got to be Shujin's.
It's the first I've heard of it.
Doesn't this all seem weird to you? It may just be my imagination, but I feel as if things are escalating far too quickly after President Okumura's incident.
What do you mean?
Perhaps we may have been set up by the real culprit.
For real?
That could be.
Then we need to catch them as soon as possible.
Hold a moment. Can we assume we've been set up, though? We don't even know their objective.
What else are we supposed to do then?
Let's all calm down for a moment. From what Haru said, even the police are suspecting that the Phantom Thieves are murderers. It wouldn't be wise to carelessly make a move at the moment. We need to act as normal students for now. In addition, we have midterms next week.
Exams? At a time like this? I envy you, Futaba. Futaba?
Got something on my mind. Gonna go home and look into it. I wonder what that could be.
Yeah.
At any rate, we need to behave and not draw attention to ourselves. Understood?
Indeed. I wonder what Futaba's planning. I'm trying to remember. I feel like she looks into something that helps us out, it's just I don't remember what it is. Either way, that does seem to be implied that she's like, what she's talking about when she says, something on my mind, gonna go home and look into it, something online that she can do, or she can look into, as she says, to help us out. I'm guessing, and I forget what it is, but I feel like, I don't know if I remember that, it just feels like, I don't think I remember what happens here. But I think that that line was supposed to set up something Futaba does later that probably is part of the reason our asses get saved, actually. I don't remember, though. Or part of the reason that leads us to what ends up happening. Anyway, don't tell me if Phantom Thieves did that to President Okumura. Maybe Futaba realized how they might have gotten information on us. Something like that. We'll see. Because I feel like I should remember from having played this game before, at least 5. Not Royal, with all its new bells and whistles and extra semester and Kasumi and all that, but you know, the original 5. And I'm pretty sure that that part of the plot probably didn't change much, if at all, except for some added stuff, maybe, in Royal. And I don't really know if there's much added story content more than, you know, things like extra voice lines and some extra dialogue, and that kind of thing. I'd be disappointed if they just turned out to be criminals. It has to be some kind of trick. They would never do that. I can't think of any other explanation. That has to be it. Boy.
For real?
Public opinion is really explored in a really interesting, probing way that really makes you think, and think twice about having opinions that seem popular. Or, you know, going off of what you hear, basically. That's impossible. Ooful. Now, it's not impossible because someone set us up. Someone put that there that was not us. Come on, Morgana. I'm pretty sure even you could come up with that. This is ridiculous. Why are people doubting the Phantom Thieves over what happened to President Okumura? They'd never do such a thing. Isn't that right? Absolutely. Yeah, I trust them. He still doesn't really... I mean, Is he still adamant about us being the Phantom Thieves? Because the way he's talking here seems a little bit, like he doesn't really think anymore that we are the Phantom Thieves. Even though, yes, that is what we are. Anyway. That won't stop me, though. I'll continue cheering them on. Duh. Make sure you tell them that. Well, see you later. Duh. See you later.
Mishima is a bit narrow-sighted, but he's a good person deep down.
I'm pretty sure there's no one named Mijima. I think I just accidentally mixed up Mishima's name with Makoto and Sai's last name.